welcome back to my YouTube channel. How y'all doing? I'm doing fine, thank you for asking. Today I have no specific topic. I just felt good today. I just want to yap for no reason today, but there's one small thing I've been thinking about all day, and it's the quote, "We gon' ball regardless," or "Fuck it, we ball." Because end of the day, we gon' ball regardless. Either way, whatever happens, we gon' ball regardless. But one thing that made me think about it more is when I started reading and watching One Piece. Because you ever realize how life's kind of like the Grand Line, in a way? Unpredictable, chaotic, full of storms, full of things you didn't plan for, or storms you didn't plan for. But the journey is still worth it. Have you thought about it? Because the older I get, the more I understand what that means. Because you can't control the sea. You can't control what's going on in your life. You just gotta trust the one who made it. You gotta trust God. You know what I'm saying? When you put your trust into God, life becomes less stressful in a way. And that's a big reason why I stop stressing when things don't go my way. Because to be honest, things won't go your way all the time. The things that you plan in your head and your life plan won't always go from point A to point B. There's always stuff's gonna happen between that journey. And it's about how you adjust to that plan, you know what I'm saying? But if you keep on dwelling on it, and if you keep on letting that come in between your real life plan and your dreams, you're gonna realize how stressful it is, because it won't always go your way. That's why you always gotta trust into God's plan. God always has something better for you in motion. You know what I'm saying? Because God's plan be moving like the sea currents. Sometimes it's calm, sometimes it's rough, but it's always leading you somewhere that's meant just for you. And you always have to think about one thing. God doesn't burden a soul with more than it can bear. So everything that you're going through, everything that God is putting you through, is something only you, yes, you, can go through. And just think about the things that you've gone through in your life. Things that you thought, damn, how am I gonna get through this? You're here now, because you got through it. It was made just for you. It was made for your character development, for you to grow, for you to get a new insight about life. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, in One Piece, because that I love One Piece, so any chance I get to talk about One Piece, I will talk about One Piece. But on some real shit, in One Piece, Luffy never questions if you'll find the One Piece or not. If you watch One Piece, you know that Luffy crashed out on Usopp because he wanted to ask Rayleigh if the One Piece is real or not. And he said, the journey won't be the same if he knows if it's real or not. You know what I'm saying? Because he never questions if he's gonna find it or not. He knows he will. That's the mindset you need to have. You need to have that mindset that you know you will achieve your goals, you achieve your dreams and everything. Because if you think about it, Luffy doesn't have proof. He doesn't have a map. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't know shit about the world. He has faith. He has faith in his crew. He has faith in himself. He trusts in himself. He believes in himself. And you can also put that concept into trusting and have faith in God. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I've been trying to move lately. And that's how I've been trying... rewind. And that's how I try to move now. And that's how I've been moving lately. If things doesn't go my way, guess what? We gonna ball regardless. We ball. On to the next thing. On to the next one. You know what I'm saying? And if you think about it, it makes life so much less stressful than it really is. Because life is stressful. Bro, the amount of character development I've been going through lately, I better come up with a new superpower or a new fucking form or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck around and achieve Gear 5. You know what I'm saying? Because faith isn't about seeing the destination. It's about trusting the waves, even the rough ones, and trusting where they're taking you. Because they're going to take you somewhere where you're supposed to be. And if it doesn't happen now, it will happen sooner or later. You just still gotta have trust into God, trust in faith, and have faith. Because, look, God's timing sometimes feel like it's putting you off course. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you have like a whole life plan and like something happens in between and it feels like you're going the wrong way. But later you realize it's exactly what you needed for you to achieve your dreams. It's like it's steering you towards something better. You know what I'm saying? Because every storm has a purpose. Every delay got a direction. Everything you do will lead you ultimately to the finish line, to Laughdale, to finding that One Piece. You see how everything is like adding up? That's the most beautiful thing about life and trusting to God, because don't get me wrong, you still have to do your part. You can't just put your faith into God and be like, oh yeah, God got me. Yes, God got you, yes, but you still have to do your part. You still have to work through it. You have to work to it as well. You know what I'm saying? Because throughout life, throughout your journey, throughout everything, bro, this light is an automatic light. It's distracting me. Anyways, through life, through your journey to destination, your journey to achieving your dreams, you might lose a few crew members along the way, a few friends, a few lovers. You might be alone for a while. It will get lonely. It will get lonely. Because think about it like you're on a cruise ship. Think about it. You might drift alone for a while. But if you keep your compass pointed towards faith, and if you trust in God and where He's going to take you, you will find land eventually again. And when you do, because you will, you'll realize the sea was never against you, or life was never against you. It was teaching you. It was preparing you for what you need. It was preparing you for the life that you always envisioned, the life that you want. Just thinking about it and just like talking about it, it just makes me feel so relieved. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always say, either way, whatever happens, we gonna ball regardless. Because not everything is gonna be easy. Because I know and I have faith in who's guiding me, who's guiding the ship, who's guiding me towards my dreams and my life. You know what I'm saying? The same way Luffy trusts his crew, I trust in my creator. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying, you know what I'm saying, way too often now. Anyways, because no matter how wild the water gets, or no matter how wild life gets in that sense, you're gonna stay afloat. Like I said, God does not burden a soul with more than it can bear. And you always have to think, with every hardship, there's always ease at the end. Every time you go through something, there's always something better waiting for you at the finish line. It's like a tunnel. It may be dark for a while, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Like, literally, like, just think about it for a second. Because when your faith is anchored right, when you're thinking about and believing in your faith and believing in your own dreams, believing in yourself, the waves can never drown you. Life can never drown you. Don't get me wrong, yes, it is stressful. Yes, it is draining. Yes, some days you feel like you don't want to do anything at all. And that's okay. That's being human, bruv. That's being human. Like, it's just so fascinating to like think about, because whatever you do, you will always find your path again. You'll always be on the right path either way. As long as you trust in yourself, and you trust in God, and you trust in and you have faith. That's the most important thing. You gotta have faith. You gotta believe in yourself. Believe in God. Think about it. Anyways, don't forget, we gonna ball regardless. Take it day by day. And if something goes wrong, fuck it, we ball. We gon' ball regardless. Whatever happens, we gon' ball regardless. You just gotta keep shooting your shots. And shooting your shots doesn't need to be about women. It can also be translated into shooting your shot as in taking every opportunity you can get. Like, any opportunity you can see that will benefit you, shoot your shot at it. Take your shot at it. Because you never know if that's something that's God has planned for you or not. Like, you gotta do your part as well. You can't just have faith in God. Yes, you can, but you can't just sit down and not do anything. You have to do your part as well for your plan to work out, for God's plan to work out. Think about it real quick. But anyways, I just felt like yapping away because it's been on my mind all day. Don't forget, we're gonna ball regardless, and stay real.